The Model Shop live scale modeling show is brought to you by Tenant Controls, makers of lighting kits, soundboards, and more. Tenant Controls brings your models to life. And by HDA ModelWorks, suppliers of scale model lighting products, detail parts, and complete model kits. Visit HDAModelWorks.com today. Well, hello and welcome to all of our modeling friends out there, and welcome to the live scale modeling show, The Model Shop. I'm your host, Boyd Crompton. Glad to be with you guys this week. We got the show launched, it looks like. We had a little delay here at the start. Something's going on with the YouTube live stream server tonight. Maybe it's the time change that affected it or something like that, but I think we're on the air. Hopefully we're broadcasting. Want to welcome everybody in. It's been a little bit of a break here. We've been off for a couple of months, so it's great to be back with you guys. Want to kick things off on the show tonight and say a big shout out to all the friends we had show up for the Fiesta Model Show here in San Antonio a couple weeks ago. A bunch of people came from the forums and the groups that are out there. We met a lot of nice people and had a great time. Looking forward to it again next year. Some of our members that attended actually won some awards at the show, so that was great to see. And we just had a really great time. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the show. We just came off of our Star Wars group build over at the Model Shop Google community. So a little bit later in the broadcast tonight, we're going to have a nice slideshow showing all the models that were finished. And we had a great turnout again this year. So hats off to everybody that participated. Some beautiful models like usual. We're going to get to those here in just a little bit. We've got some cool modeling news that's been coming out quite a bit lately. We've been sharing some information about that over on the Model Shop page. There's some really exciting new model kits coming out. One in particular for Star Trek fans is the just announced 1/350 scale Katinga Klingon cruiser from Polar Lights. We've been waiting for that kit for a long time. We're going to share some pictures of the kit here in just a second. Also the Space 1999 Hawk. I'm not sure exactly what scale that one is, but they've announced plans to release that kit. That's going to be another cool kit. We've got a 1/1000 scale Defiant coming out from round 2. I've got my little list here. Let me see. We've also got the 1/6 scale Scars of Dracula Christopher Lee kit from the classic Hammer films coming out from Pegasus Models. I think that's going to be an exclusive kit, limited run. There's some information on the Google page about that. We also have the the USS Grissom and the Klingon Bird of Prey kit, a 2-pack kit coming out. Let's go ahead and bring up our screen share here, and we'll share some pictures of the kits with you guys. And here we have the 1/350 scale USS Franklin coming out from Mobius Models. This kit's going to be hitting the shelves really soon. There's going to be some a lot of aftermarket parts available for this, from what I understand. Some masks from Lou Del Maso, some photo etch from Paragraphics, and some other cool stuff. So you can look forward to that kit coming out. Nice that they did that one in 1/350 scale. And then we have, next we have the Space 1999 Hawk from MPC. I'm not exactly sure what scale this is. Maybe somebody here in the chat can give some more detail about that, but that looks like a really exciting kit. Here we have a photo of the test shot of the model, kind of their mock-up. You can see it's got some nice detail on the ribbing areas here and everything. Always like that design on the show, so I'm sure that'll be a popular kit. And then here we have the 1/1000 scale, brand new from Polar Lights. This is the USS Defiant, and it comes with a complete decal set to do all the complex markings and everything on the hull here, and a nice display stand. So that's a nice kit that they're putting out. And here we have the 2-pack of the USS Grissom and the Klingon Bird of Prey. I guess these are listed at 1/1000 scale as well, so it's nice to see a Grissom kit. We haven't seen one of those before. And then here we have the Pegasus Scars of Dracula. This is a really interesting kit because it's 1/6 scale, so it's going to be really large, and it's going to have multiple accessories that come with it. Extra, I think, an extra upper torso and an extra head, so you can change the poses that the figure is in. I don't know if you'll be putting that together using magnets or whatever, so you can switch them out, or you have to build it one or the other, but I'm sure more details will come out about that. They're already listing this kit for pre-order over at Monsters in Motion. So I'm a big Christopher Lee fan. I've done a resin kit of a Christopher Lee, I think in 1/6 scale, and so I'll be looking forward to getting this one. But you're going to have to grab them quick. It looks like they're going to be limited to, I've heard, either 500 or 1,000 pieces, so it'll be a hard one to get after a while. And then here we have the big one, everybody. This is the some photos of the test model that Polar Lights is working with for the 350 scale Klingon Katinga cruiser. And again, I'm really, really excited, and I hope this is a sign of things to come from Polar Lights, that they're going to be doing more 1/350 scale kits. We'd like to have the Reliant, and there's quite a few kits that's been on the list for a while, but it's really exciting to finally have a sort of a rival ship, if you want to call it that, to go along with the 350 scale Enterprise refit. And the Klingon Katinga that they're modeling here is supposed to be from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. So it's the early version of the Katinga, the really cool-looking version that we saw at the beginning of the film. We'll just kind of shuffle through these pictures here, and you can see this is just a fantastic model from the looks of the pictures here. Lots of detail. They've got some work that they're doing here for some areas that you'll want to do your lighting on the model. Some really nice crisp detail on this. The early word on this is that it's they're shooting for a September release of this year, so that would be really great. And I know a lot of people are already excited about it, a lot of talk about it on all the forums. And you can see all that gorgeous paneling detail that's we're used to seeing on the Katinga version of this ship. And here's a shot of the model, so you can get a kind of an overall view of the scale and size that it'll be compared to the this is the saucer for the 1/350 refit from Polar Lights, so that's going to be really nice that you'll have something to go along with that. And here we can start seeing some of the details. According to Polar Lights, they're going to be releasing their own lighting kit for this model as well, and there's some pictures of those assemblies being pre-wired here. Looks like it's going to be a plug-and-play setup where you just connect the lights together, and they'll be, I'm sure their instruction sheet will have everything being, the LEDs will be plugged into certain spots on the model. So you'll either be able to opt for that, or I'm sure there'll be several aftermarket lighting kits coming out for this as well. But you can see it's looking pretty good here. Just a gorgeous design. I really love the detail of the panel work on this. This nice detail up here in this area too. Possibly going to have some type of a battery powered where you'll be able to keep a battery pack in there, which so that would mean the model would be, self-powered, so you could either hang it up or have it on display without any wires going to it. That'd be a nice feature too. Look at the control board that they're working with. Not sure if they're going to have too many blinking lights on this model. I think there's only a couple of red blinking lights on the neck version, or neck and the belly of this ship, so probably mostly static lighting and then a couple blinking lights, and that should be pretty much screen accurate. Here's a nice shot of the front. You can see some detail of the torpedo launcher in there. Really beautiful looking kit though. So I think we're all looking forward to that one. And I'm sure there'll be more news coming up about that as we go along. So we thought we'd share that with you guys. Some exciting news. It's a golden era of modeling right now, guys. So a lot of cool stuff coming out. There's word of more stuff coming out, leaking through the pipeline. For fans of the Titanic, there's word that Trumpeter's going to work on releasing a 1/200 scale version of that famous ship. So I don't know about you guys, but I'd be really excited to try to get a chance to build a 1/200 scale Titanic. That would be really fascinating if they ever release that kit too. So supposedly it's showing up in their 2018 catalog, but we'll just have to wait and see on that one. Later on, we're going to head to the bench tonight, and I've got several new modeling products that have just recently come out that I'm going to share with you guys. We have some new stuff from Jerry at HTA ModelWorks, some green strawberry photo etch detail parts for the hangar details of the 2700 scale Zvezda Star Destroyer kit. We've also got a decal set that Jerry just released for the Paragraphics photo etch set for the Mobius Discovery model, so we're going to show you those, do a review of that stuff here on the bench tonight. Jerry's also just gotten a hold of some really cool flickering SMDs that he's now offering on his website at HTA ModelWorks. We're going to pull one of those out of the bag and show you how they look when they're lit up. I'm really excited about getting a chance to use those. I often use flickering LEDs in a lot of my model builds, like a lot of you guys do for engine effects and stuff like that. So now we've got these available in really tiny 0805 SMDs that are pre-wired with a resistor on them, and he's got these available in several different colors. So that's going to be really nice to be able to work with something a little bit smaller and pre-wired and everything. And then we've got from JP ModelWorks, Jeff over there sent us in a really nice set of acrylic mounts or stands for the Mobius Discovery, and he sent both sets of stands that he has available. One allows you to mount the model on a desktop, and the other one allows you to mount the model on the wall. So it's a really nice setup. We're going to show you that and take that out of the box and have a look at it when we come back. So we're going to take a quick break here. We'll come right back after that, everybody, and then we're going to present to you our Star Wars group build slideshow. That's going to be really fun to see. Some beautiful work in there, guys. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back after the break, everybody. Okay, everybody, back with you. Well, it's time to get to what everybody's been waiting for. We've got our slideshow of the Star Wars group build. I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to everybody that participated again this year. Some great work. We're going to be doing some more group builds over at the Google page here in the community. Probably towards spring. We're getting into spring, early spring here pretty soon, so we'll talk about something new for our group build. And we'll go on with that when we get to that. We'll talk about that a little bit after the show here, guys. So here it is, everybody, the Star Wars group build. Enjoy, and we'll be right back after that. Well, how about that, everybody? We're not worthy. Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job on all your models out there, and thanks again so much for everybody who participated. I hope I didn't miss anybody. There was a lot of the pictures of the models were kind of scattered all over on the Google page, and it scrolled down for like 3 months. I had to scroll down and try to find everything. So my apologies if I missed anybody. We're going to try to, the next time we do this, we're going to try to set up something where we can all drop our files in a box or something, and we can make sure that they're all in there, and it'll be a lot easier on me when I try to go back and find everything. So, but anyways, fantastic job, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to take a quick break and come back, and we're going to be on the bench, and we're going to show you some photo etch parts and some new SMDs from HDA ModelWorks and some other cool stuff. Be right back, everybody. Okay, everybody, here we are with you again, and I've got some really cool stuff to share with you guys for you modelers out there that are working on some of these newer released kits. We got this package in from a friend of ours that watches the show, Jeffrey Palazzato. He has a little company called JP Modelworks, and Jeffrey's producing some really cool things made out of acrylic, and he sent us a couple samples to share with you guys tonight. So we'll go ahead and pull this stuff out of the box. First up, we have some really nice acrylic mounts for mounting your 1/144 scale Mobius Discovery, and that's going to come in really handy for me because I'm actually working on that model right now. He's got two different sets of these brackets, and first of all, you can see that these are done. I'm going to hold these up to the camera here. The quality on these is outstanding, guys. He did a beautiful job. They're really clean and sharp, and no scratches or anything on this. They're beautiful pieces, and you can see you set these up kind of in a segment like this, so you have your rear support, your middle, and your forward support for your Discovery. It'll be spread out a lot more than this, of course, because the model's around 41 inches long. But this is going to be really nice to display it. Now, these are done in clear, but this is acrylic, and I've worked with acrylic before. I've painted on acrylic, so if you want to paint these a different color, you could do black, or you could do, you know, some other color that you'd like to have with your model, and you can easily paint these. So it's a really nice option to have, and these are definitely much better option than the display stand that comes with the kit. I've showed those. I'll show you what the kit supplied stands look like, and you can see that these are not bad. I mean, the top, you know, they're meant to specifically hold the spots on the model, but you can see the stand itself is pretty narrow, so you know you could have a chance of the model tipping over or something. And These might be better served if you want to save these for something. You know, you could use these for some type of a small little model that you could mount on the top of this and just, you know, cut the rod a little bit shorter or something. That's probably what I'm going to do with these. But so we have the brackets here for the you know, to display the model on a shelf or a desktop or something like that. But what he also offers is an optional wall mount system here, which I think is really cool. You get these same basic type brackets here, the same kind of notch cut in there that'll support the model. And you can see he's got these angled so they can mount on the wall with some pre-drilled holes. You'll just have to do some careful marking and measuring on your wall if you want to use these. Now he also includes a nice little set of drywall anchors here, so you can mount this directly on your wall. Don't have to go out and buy anything separate, so that's a nice little touch that he included with that. So great job on this, Jeff. Beautiful work, and I'm sure they're going to be quite popular. I'll probably show these again in a little bit more detail when I get to finishing up my discovery. I've got some stuff that I've been waiting for to come in on that, so I'm going to do an update on that this week and give you guys an update on the regular YouTube channel. And when we finish the model up, we'll use, I haven't decided if I'm going to go with the wall mounts or the desk mount yet, but we'll show you those in a little bit more detail when we get to that part. Here's another nifty little thing that Jeff produces. Now this is a little stand that you use for your, it's designed to work with your Tamiya paint bottles. People have trouble tipping these over and things like that, so he's created this little platform that you put down there. You put your bottle of Tamiya paint, and if you open the lid and everything, you're going to be a lot less likely to tip the bottle over when you're working with it. And apparently a lot of people have a lot of problems with that, so he's got this nifty little holder here for taking care of that. And also over on his website, I was looking at it over there, he also offers a nice display stand for the Zvezda 2700 scale Star Destroyer, cut out of that clear acrylic, and I'm probably going to order one of those because I hadn't thought about how I was going to mount my Star Destroyer when I worked on it. But he's got a really beautiful display stand. I think it's the same one that Chuck Brooks used when he built his Star Destroyer here a couple of weeks ago. And it's got some nice kind of a girder looking cutout effect on it that resembles a lot of the kind of the background look that you saw on, you know, for the Imperial stuff during the movie Star Wars. So it fits really nicely with the ship itself. So I'm looking forward to getting one of those. So there you go, guys. There's the bracket set for the 144th Discovery Kit from JP Model Works. So thanks again, Jeff, for sending that over to us. Really appreciate it. And you guys will see a little bit more of those. Let's get this out of the way and move on to the next stuff. I've got some nifty toys to share with you guys tonight. Up next, we have the green strawberry photo etch set for the 1/2700 scale Star Destroyer. Now, I showed you guys the other set that's available for this kit a couple of episodes ago, where we had the detail for the engines and the detail up on the bridge and all that. Well, this is the hangar bay detail, which I've been waiting for this to come out. This is a beautiful set. I'm going to go ahead and pop it out of the bag for you here. And it gives you some super detail in both the small and large cargo bay or hangar bay area of the Star Destroyer, which allows you to kind of open that area up and just put this photo etch in there, and then you get all that nice there's some lighting detail underneath on the bottom side that's will allow you to do that a little bit easier. And you can see that they've got these, this is the main insert here for the hangar bay, and you can see they've got these small little slits cut in alongside the edges, so when you fold that and put that up in there, you're going to get some nice light coming through that. A bunch of other small little detail parts for the hangar bay and everything. Some more. This is for the smaller hangar bay up front. You get the side bulkhead details, the forward and rear bulkhead details. There's some surface detail on this. Usual quality that we're used to from Green Strawberry. You can see you got some girders here and everything. The ceiling detail here. And some piping. You can see what that looks like. It's glaring here a little bit in this camera, but it's a beautiful set, and I'm sure there'll be more details about this to be released very shortly over at HDA Model Works, if he doesn't have it there already. Here's our instruction sheet. Pretty straightforward, just tells you how to bend everything and where everything goes on the model and what all these sections are. You can see it's really, really detailed. turn this light off here and you guys can probably see this a little bit better. Lots of detail going on there to really bring up the fine details on your Star Destroyer kit, so I'm really excited to work with this. I'm going to start building that kit here probably sometime next month. So there you go. There's a green strawberry photo etch set, so you got 2 sets for that model, and really good quality like usual. We'll go ahead and move that out of the way. If you guys have any questions about that or want to see anything more on that towards the end of the show, we can do that. Now here's something I've been waiting to come out too. This is the decal set from Jerry at HDA Model Works for the 1/144 scale Mobius Discovery. This is a decal set that's been made to install onto the Paragraphics photo etch set that's available for that model kit, so you don't have to do all that painting. And I'm really excited about that because there's some really nice crisp detail that's on this. You can see these, nice lines of white here that are supposed to be on the floor of the pod bay area. Up here we have some detail for the cockpit and the HAL console in the back down on the pod bay area. Even decal sets for the different space suits that are on the photo etch set that hang on that rack that's on that back wall there. Some details here for the different airlocks and everything that are inside the ship, and the hallways that are in there that you can see in the cockpit area. So a really nice set, and that'll save you a lot of trying to get in there and paint all that fine detail by hand. This will look really nice and crisp and clean. So we're going to give you guys a full run through on this stuff when we get back to our Discovery. I can go ahead and move forward now. I've been waiting for that to I'm done with the model pretty much with everything except the front command sphere, and I had to wait to get these decals because we have to put these all on before we fold up our photo etch and all that and put it in, and then I've got to figure out where to put all my lighting. But this is going to save me a lot of trouble, and I'm just going to do this straight out of the box so you guys can see how this will turn out, just using the basic photo etch parts and these decals and some lighting, and we're going to be using a little control board from Tenna Controls on that for our forward lighting and engine lighting effect, and we'll show you that when we do our next update. So there's that, guys. That's going to be coming out very soon. And then now, another really cool little product that I'm really happy to see are these little flickering SMDs from Jerry at HDA Model Works. He's got these available in separate colors, different colors. These are the 0805 size, so they're kind of the medium-sized SMD, nice and small. And these come pre-wired with a resistor on those. So all you have to do is connect it to your power source. These are set up to run from anywhere from 9 to 12 volts DC, so they're right in that range that we like to have for building scale models. I'm going to go ahead and get one of the red ones out here, and we're going to hook it up to our power supply, and we'll do a quick little test on this to show you what it looks like. But we get this nice flickering effect, that we've been using LEDs for this for the longest time, and sometimes LEDs are too big to put in certain areas, so these SMDs will fit in just about anywhere. I like to use the flickering effect for engine effects, or fire effects and things like that. So these are going to come in really handy. You can see they come in a little bundle here, and they are pre-wired with a resistor on there. So I'm going to go ahead and hook this up now. Let's see, we got to strip this negative wire just a little bit so we can get connection on that. The best way I usually take care of that is with my handy dandy lighter here. Alright, so we'll hook up a plus and minus, and I'll be running this at 9 volts. If I can get a hold of it here, these are fine little wires. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to kind of try to get this up to the camera here for you. As you can see, we're getting a really nice little flickering effect there, just like the flickering LEDs that we're used to. It's amazing that they can get that kind of technology into this small little, tiny little SMD. So now we have another option, guys. When we want to do our lighting like this in miniature scale, we have something else to work with. So it's always nice to have something new. And so I hope you guys will grab yourself some of these and check them out. Again, they're available in many different colors. I don't know if, let's see, here we've got red, white, warm white, and green, blue, and yellow. There might be an orange one too, I'm not sure, but that's a pretty wide range of colors. They should be able to cover just about anything you need to do. So thanks again to Jerry for Jerry's always looking around for the newest and coolest stuff that's out there and keeping us modelers happy. He's got a great website. For those of you who are new to lighting, you can check out www.hdamodelworks.com. That's where I basically go to get all of my lighting supplies. I buy all of my LEDs, SMDs, even my solder, just about everything I need over there, because he has really great prices and he has everything in stock, and shipping is really fast, and it's just great service. And Jerry's a modeler himself and active in the community, so he's there to answer questions and everything. So hope you guys will check him out. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed seeing that. I got a little bit of a mess here I got to clean up, some tangled wires. I'll take a break really quick here. We'll come back and we'll close up our show for tonight with our shout-outs and our Q&A, and maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that new Katinga model, the Klingon Katinga ship in 1/350 scale. I think that's going to be the talk of the town tonight. Be right back, everybody. Okay, everybody, back with you again, and now it's time to head over and do our usual shout-outs and then our question and answer session tonight. We'll go hop over to the chat group and see who's on live with us tonight. Appreciate everybody being with us tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to roll it up to the top here. Let's see, we have Kenny, Sci-Fi Fantasy. Nice to see you here tonight, Kenny. Michael Kovac, Barrick 13, Omar, Outsider 238, PJC 2.0, James Schulenberg, Mark Shue, Dennis, Federation Shipyard. Nice to see you, Dennis. Dan Harris, Phil the Sprueworks, Star Siege Player, T Commando. Let's see. Bill Tilley is on with us tonight. If you guys are out there in the chat session, make sure you type something in and your name will pop up and we'll give you a nice shout out. Late Night Astronomy is on with us tonight. Brian Knowles, Modeler X. Nice to see you on, Scott. Good to meet you when you came down here for the model show. Looking forward to next year. Red Shirt Forever. Rick is on tonight. Dadnator24. Nice to see you, Rick. Jim Clark. Gadgetron 3000. Gary Jacquard. Aussie Trekkie. Nice to see you, Scott. Danny Christlieb. Thomas Johnson. And Ralph with Tenant Controls is on. Nice to see you tonight, Ralph. Got to meet Ralph again down here when he came down for the show as well. I think Ralph had a good time. I think he did pretty good at the show, too. Bob Busking. Great to see you, Bob. Bob came down and actually won a couple of awards for his... let's see, he won an award for his Viper and... Well, I'm going to forget what the other one was, but maybe Bob can type that in here. He won a gold and a silver award for the categories he entered in the model show here, the Fiesta Model Show. Matt Alkire is here. Nice to see you, Matt. Got to meet Matt again down here again this year. Bill Miller is on with us. Heath Tompkins, nice to see you staying up late for us, Heath. Or maybe it's daytime. I always get that messed up. I think England is later than you guys. But yeah, it might be the middle of the daytime over there in Australia. Looks like everybody enjoyed the slideshow. Yeah, I'm always really impressed and blown away by the work you guys do for our group build events, guys. Just outstanding effort, and hats off to everybody who participated. We'll do another one again, like I said, really soon. In the next couple of weeks, we'll start talking about what we are going to be doing next. I've got Big Sooner, Terry Martin, Rocket Boy 1969. The Captain, Ken Spriggs. Nice job on your snow speeder there, Ken. Daniel Jumper. John Hunt. Big Stats. Get Your Model On. I like that handle. Nice to have you on with us tonight. All right, I think I made it down to the bottom. If anybody has any questions about anything we showed tonight, we can answer those for you if we either I can or somebody else here might be able to. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about the new Katinga kit. I'm looking forward to more details about that, and I really hope that they stay on their schedule for their release date. That would be great. You know, we've had a few models from round 2, unfortunately, that got canceled after they were in development, but it looks like they're pretty far into this one, and I'm really impressed with the work they've done on that so far. It's going to be awesome. Hopefully that'll lead to more and more 1/350 scale kits. Reliant would be nice. Maybe a nice 1/350 scale Klingon D7. The original ship would be nice to go along with the original Enterprise. Yeah, it looks like it's a significant improvement over the old 1537 scale Katinga that's been around all these years. Terry Martin's asking about if I've ever built a lighted DS9. I have not, Terry. I have the kit. I have uh, the clear kit that came out a few years ago. It's something that I'd definitely like to get to. Yeah, it looks like a lot of other people here are excited about that Katinga. Yeah, it's about time. We've waited a long time for that. We're talking about models a little bit, but I'm excited also on the news of Netflix doing the updated Lost in Space. I think that's going to be starting here, I think, next month. And I'm looking forward to that too. The second trailer got a little bit more detailed, and I'm liking what I'm seeing there. It's looks like it's going to be a little bit more of a serious effort than the original show, but I'm definitely going to give that one a chance. PJC, no, I haven't. The USS Texas, nope, I haven't. I haven't built that. There is a 350 scale kit of that ship available. I think it's not that old of a kit either. I think they put it out within the last year. I'm also hoping that the news or rumor about the 200 scale Titanic is for real. I'd love to build a ship in that scale. You could do some really cool lighting and everything on that. Yeah, the robot definitely looks interesting. It's they made a little twist to the story there with the robot not being actually part of the crew when they discover it. The I probably won't be doing regular slideshows anymore. Red shirt. It's just easier for me to when I want to do updates for what everybody's doing on the within the group. I just like we have been doing go to the page and just show all the work that's being done there and keep everybody updated that way. But I still plan on doing slideshows for all the special group builds that we do and everything. So yeah, as we were talking about that, in the next month or so, we'll be talking about what our next group build will be. We're going to put it out there and start taking some suggestions from people, what we might want to focus on for our subject matter the next time. Maybe we'll do Star Trek this time for the spring group build, since there's going to be so many new Star Trek kits coming out. Yeah, it's just great. It's great that Netflix and some of these other streaming services are starting to produce their own material now, and it looks like they're going to be doing a lot of um, production of sci-fi type shows. So that's great. you know. Some good info there from Modeler X. There are some bi-colored LEDs, blue and white, both colors inside, 5 millimeter for if you want to, make a light changing effect on your. That's what he says he's using on his Star Destroyer. Thomas Johnson's excited about a 1/200 scale Titanic. I know Thomas builds a lot of ships. 1/200 scale Lusitania kit to go with it would be nice. I agree. I love the classic ocean liners. I'm waiting for somebody to do a nice build of the Olympic from World War One with its camouflage dazzle paint scheme on it. I've never seen anybody do one of those. I think that would look awesome. Yeah, I think the USS Franklin is starting to ship. I think people are starting to get the kits. I know Lou Del Maso did a build up on his YouTube channel. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, he did a build up of the test shot kit that they sent him, and it turned out really nice. It's a great looking model. And again, I'm really happy that they're kind of, some of these manufacturers are going with that 1/350 scale. It's nice to have some ships in the same scale at larger size. Yeah, trumpeters kind of hit and miss on their on their model ships. Sometimes they get them right, and sometimes they don't. Let's just hope that they get it right with the Titanic. Yeah, interesting news development there that Star Siege Player just brought up. News came out this past week or so that Mobius Models was bought out by Pegasus. The owner of Mobius Models decided it was time to spend more family time and retire. So that'll be interesting to see how that develops. I know for now they're saying everything's going to stay the same and they're going to remain two separate, model companies. But Mobius has a lot of the licensing rights for. I know they have the license for the Terminator line. They have the license for the J.J. Abrams and forward Star Trek stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that all works out. It's great though. I'm glad that they didn't shut it down altogether because Mobius has some really fantastic kits that I'd hate to see go away. Bill Bill Tilley. Well, we'll have to see about that. Daniel Jumper says if he makes a USS Cygnus, I think he's saying a 3 foot US Cygnus. What scale would that be? Boy, I'm not sure, Daniel. the studio scale ship was about 11 feet long, so I don't know what that would be. You'd have to get the original plans and then break that down to the inch. I'm assuming. Yeah, Bill, you might be right about that. We'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully, like I said, we don't lose that. None of the kits get discontinued. Hopefully, they won't have to go back and redo all of their licensing either, because that would be a that's a big deal to a model company. You know, the licensing is where it's all at now to be able to produce these kits for movies and things like that. Well, you got your answer pretty quick there. It's 1/13,000 scale. 3 feet long would be a nice size. I've had my eye on that Cygnus kit that's over at Shapeways. They've got a, I think that one's pretty large. I think it's 6 feet or something like that. Yeah, some updated black hole model kits would be nice. They were talking about rebooting that movie too, but I haven't heard much about that one lately. Roger Ball is asking if there was any new news on the IPMS show for next year. They mentioned at the Fiesta Model Show here this year, for those who might not have caught it, they put in a bid to get the IPMS Nationals here in 2020, so it would be 2 years from now. And supposedly in the next month or so, they're going to announce whether they got it or not. So I haven't heard anything new on that, but they sounded pretty confident at the show, so we'll just have to wait and see. If they do get it, they're talking about having it in San Marcos, Texas, which is it's about a 30-minute drive north of here, north of San Antonio here, so it'd still be in the general area. And I'm sure the show would be probably more than one day, like the Fiesta show is. And from what they were saying is that they would still have the Fiesta show even if they got the Nationals, because they'll have the Nationals during the summer. They talked about possibly July, and then of course they'll have the regular Fiesta show in February again. So I'll post anything that I hear as soon as I hear about it, guys. Because a lot of people that came down to the show this year said they were going to come back next year, so that'll be great. Maybe we'll get even more people. We had a great time. We went to the show, hung out there, then we all went out to dinner afterwards, and then came back to the shop and hung out afterwards. So it was a lot of fun. Kind of hard to cram everybody into this small shop, but we did our best. We were just flat out worn out by the end of the day, and I think it kind of showed in that video a little bit. All of us seemed a little bit punchy. Yeah, that'll be great. If they get the Nationals, that show will be, you know, it'd be nice to see it more than one day. So, hey, Eric Hawkins just checked in. Nice to see you tonight, Eric. Okay, everybody, I'm showing a little bit after 9 o'clock here. Again, apologies for the delay with the start of the show. Our normal launch time for the show is 7 o'clock Central Time. We'll try and get you launched on time next time. We'll be back 2 weeks from tonight with another new show. That'll be episode, let's see, where are we? Where we'll be doing episode 121. So we'll have some new stuff to show you then. I'll be back to working on something on the bench, and we'll crank something up. Anybody has any last minute questions here, go ahead and fire those off, and we're going to get ready to call this one a wrap, guys. Yeah, it was great to have you here, Matt, and it was cool to have everybody in the shop. Um, Wish we had a little bit more room in here, but might be even worse next year if we get more people. We'll do the best we can. Okay, I think that's about it for all the questions, everybody. Again, um, I'll be doing an update on the Discovery. I'll be back to work on the Discovery. Probably put out an update on the YouTube channel this week. Um, I'll be working with the photo etch and the decals from Jerry and get that forward command sphere put together, and then we'll get the model all finished up. So hope you guys will check that out, and we'll see you then. All right, guys. Thanks again. I want to say one more time a big shout out to everybody that worked really hard on your model for the Star Wars group build. It's all about the fun, and it's just fantastic, the creativity and the hard work that everybody puts into each and every one of those. So appreciate you guys being a part of our group, and we'll get ready to talk about the next group build here. We'll start putting up some information on the Google page about that and start kicking around some ideas, and maybe another month or so we'll get started on another one. So until then, guys, you guys all take care out there. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll catch you in 2 weeks, everybody. Good night and happy modeling, everyone.